no, I'm not a party promoter. Like he's like, you need to just get like a celebrity host and have vendors.
What most people do.
Yeah, and I was like, that sounds like not what I'm trying to do. And so I was like, I'm gonna start looking for another location. He's like, don't do it. You need to build your following here with it. So I did the first All Things Detroit at Nikki's, and it was the same as doing the Pamper Party. So it was no difference. And so I was like, okay, I need to find another location. So in looking for a location, I found one, black owned. I went to Burt's. And it was the price range that I was looking for. So I booked Burt's, and this was in 2014 in June 26th. And that was the second All Things Detroit. And it was a horrible, horrible experience. It was the first time that I had gotten Fox 2. I was super, super excited. But it just didn't go very well. It was like 80 degrees in this building. It was just not the great experience. As we know, with events and with business, things happen. And I was like, I want to quit. I don't want to do this again ever. Because people were like, I want my money back. It's hot. Fox 2 was like, hey, we're here. Hey, we're leaving. It's, it's super hot. And we had I think 700 people that came. It was on a Sunday. And overall, there were people who still did really well. And there were vendors there who were just like, I had one vendor tell me, I stuck it out. I stuck it out because I saw something in you. I saw your passion. I saw your drive. I saw what you wanted to do. I felt like people are investing their money in me to bring a crowd of people or to promote it, right? They're investing their money in me in advertising. And a certain amount of money is a lot. Over $100 can be a lot to a small business. So after I did that, after I cried like a little baby, when I went home, like, oh my God, it was so horrible. I was like, okay, Jennifer, put your game face on. How can you fix this? Okay. If you want to do this again, you don't want to do Burt's, what do you want to do? Because I looked at Eastern Market and I could not afford it. And so I said, you know what? At this point now, I'm back to work. I'm working for the Little Caesars construction department. Okay. And I'm like, okay, I'm working now, but still, when you're doing a business and you're working and you're paying bills, it's tight. So I went to Eastern Market and I found their information, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take rent's due, but I'm gonna take my rent money and put it down on the down payment on Eastern Market. And I said, I'll pay my rent out my next check. And then as people begin to sign up, then you'll be able to be okay, and you can pay for the venue and everything. And when I did that, I was nervous, of course, but I was like, this is what I need to do. Like, I need to rent this space. Even if there is, 150 people that show up, I need to take a chance and rent this space. So in October 2014, I rented the space. And that was the third All Things Detroit, and I had about 700 people, a certain number of vendors. Like I said, it was a stepping stone to like what I wanted to do. And I went back to work that Tuesday, and it was so much negative energy around this thing that I had done, because I had the news again, which was a blessing, and people saw me on the news, and what they were talking about at work, which I could not believe, it was like whispering, and I just was like, why am I here with these people crazy? It was just like a weird atmosphere in the office anyway. And then someone approached me and said, yeah, we saw you on the news on Sunday, but it was just so weird that you didn't tell anybody that you were going to be on there. Interesting. And I said,
that's classic black person in corporate environment dealing with the passive aggressive at times, like when Dave Chappelle had that whole Mad Real World skit on the Chappelle show, where he had the one white guy in the house with nothing but black people that were like extremely culturally black, and he was just basically making the assessment that when you have that black person that lives in a house with nothing but white people that generally grew up around nothing but black people, but even like that snide remark is like intentionally it's so malicious, and it's so wrong, and like as you interpret that type of thought process as a black person, sometimes it's like, okay, I may get fired today because I'm about to keep it real. And it's gonna go wrong, because the whole thing is like, what in the hell even gives you the audacity to ask me what I need to do with anything outside of the hours between on 9 a Sunday and 5.
Well, I mean, before
anything that ain't got nothing to do with this job.
But even before that, what she said to me was, if you if you worked for Mike, you couldn't do anything. You couldn't even do your little thing